The next term which is used in accounting is stock. Stock means what? Goods in bulk quantity available in godowns, dumped for future use. Okay, so that there is no shortage, okay, in the future, are called as stock. Means the overall bulk of goods, which is purchased and which is dumped into the godowns. Okay, so whenever the customer wants the stock, they can sell it to the customers, the company people. Okay, so the bulk of goods which is dumped into the godowns are called as stock. Okay, now see, there is something called as financial year in business. Okay, financial year means what? How we are having in our day-to-day life, the English calendar year that starts from January and ends on December. Yes, 1st of January to 31st of December is our calendar year. Same way in business we are having financial year, and it starts from 1st of April and ends on 31st of March. Yes, okay, so from April it starts and ends at the in the next year's March month it ends. This is called as financial year. So if for example in my financial year, okay, I am having 10,000 rupees of stock. Okay, and if I want selling it, and at the end of my financial year, that is at the end of the March, if I am having 5,000 stock left in my godown, so that 5,000 stock which is left at the end of the year, it is called as closing stock. Okay, and there is something called as opening stock. Opening stock means what? The 5,000 stock which I have at the end of my previous financial year. Yes, that same ending stock I'll use it in my next financial year as a starting stock. Okay, so that is called as opening stock. The remaining stock which is left in the previous financial year is taken as an starting stock in the next financial year. That is called as opening stock. That stock, it is called as opening stock. Next, there is something called as creditor, very important. Creditor means what? When a company gives credit to others, customers, that is called as creditor. Means if I am a retailer person and I sell the goods to my customer on credit mode, udhari pay. Yes, so I will be called as creditor because I am giving credit to my customer. Here I have given one example. Paras sold goods on credit to Shiv. Okay, so Paras will be called as creditor. The person who gives credit, the person who gives udhari, it is called as creditor. Next, the opposite of it, what it is? Debtor. Here the spelling is D-E-B-T-O-R. B is silent. You have to pronounce it as debtor. Now, debtor means what? When a person takes credit from a company person, that person, it is called as debtor. So, debtor means what? Whoever takes loan from me. Suppose I am a retailer person, the customer takes credit from me, so my customer will be called as debtor. Here one example I have given: Paras sold goods on credit to Shiv. Same example, but here Shiv will be called as debtor, and Paras, I have told you earlier, he is known as creditor. Next, very important to know, liabilities. Liabilities means what? In the future, whatever credit amount taken from any person, company, which has to be returned back is called as liabilities. For example, I am a retailer person. I have taken credit. I have taken credit, okay, amounts from any banks or from any of my friends or any of the wholesaler person. I have taken something in credit, whether it is good or cash, okay, I have to return it back in the future. That is called as liabilities, okay, which I have to repay back in an year, or after 2-3 years I have to return it back, that amount or goods. That is called as liabilities, which has to repay back. Now there are two types under liabilities: long term liability, another word fixed liability, and second type is what? Short term. Another word is what? Current liabilities, okay. Now what are the meanings of this? First one, long term fixed liabilities means what? Liabilities which has to be paid after an year. If I am a retailer person, I want to pay off my credit balance, okay, to any of the person from which I have taken any loan and all. I have to repay back after an year, or after 2 years, 3 years, I have to repay it back. That is called as long term. And opposite of it is what? Short term. Now short term means what? Or another word, current liabilities, which has to be paid within a year, okay. If I am a retailer person, I have to repay the loan amount or credit amount within a year, or within 6 months I have to pay it back. That is called as short term. For short term only the loan is given, I have to repay it back. That is called as short term or current liabilities. Next, very important to know in accounts is assets. Assets means what? You must be knowing whatever useful things you are having, that are called as assets. In a normal life, in women's, I can say the gold is an asset of an woman, yes. So in business also there is something called as assets. For a businessman, the assets will be his furniture, or the vehicle he is purchasing for the business purpose, or any office or land he is buying for his business purpose. Then all these things are called as assets for the business. Now there are two types under assets, okay. Which are the two types? Fixed asset, and the second one, current assets, okay. Now fixed assets means what? Assets which remain in business and used again and again and not for sale. Means the assets which will remain in the business, it will not be sold by the owner or by the business person to the customers. Those are called as fixed assets. It remains in the business. Example given is what? Machinery, then vehicles, land. Those are called as fixed asset. Whatever machinery the owner buys, it remains in the business only. He does manufacturing of the his final product. Yes, so whatever vehicles he purchase, it remains in the business so that he can transport the good materials to the customer, to the other party he can transport it. So he will not resell the vehicles. He will not sell the vehicles. It will remain in the business so that those vehicles can give profit to the business. Yes. Next, second type is current asset. Current asset means what? Which doesn't remain fixed. It doesn't remain constant. Okay, it will get vanished. It will be used. It will be vanished. Okay, it doesn't remain constant. It goes on decreasing. Either it increases or decreases. It doesn't remain fixed. Okay. For example, the asset given in current asset is cash in hand. Whatever cash the owner is having in his pocket or in his hand, he has to purchase it, he has to sell it. So it doesn't remain constant, whatever cash he is having. Then cash in the bank. Okay, whatever cash is there in the bank, that is also called as asset, but it is current asset because cash doesn't remain constant, it comes and goes. Then the stock purchase for the business purpose. Okay, it doesn't remain constant, it goes and comes. Whatever stock purchase has to be sold it back so that the owner can get the profit out of it. Next, very important to know is expenses. Expenses from means what? From the name only you can make out. Expenses means what? To manufacture any product and to market it, sale, the cash which is spent is called as expense. Okay, whatever goods you are suppose for example any raw material which you are purchasing to make a final product, to manufacture it into a final product. So whatever cash amount which is required, whatever money you are spending it from purchasing of raw materials to selling to produce it into a final product, whatever amount you are spending it, that is called as expenses. Okay, for example, if a person is doing business of sugar, okay, so whatever sugarcane he is buying and turns it into a final product called sugar. Yes, so the process requires lot of money. So whatever money he is spending to get the sugar final product, that is called as expenses. Now these expenses are of two types: direct expense and indirect expense. Direct expense means what? Which is related to the factory purpose. Okay, expenses are done to buy raw material to produce goods, and the transport charges to transfer this raw material to godowns. Okay, so direct expenses means what? Whatever raw materials which are purchased from the wholesaler person, and this raw materials has to be transferred to the factory. So the cost which is applied from purchasing to transporting into the factory, that these all expenses comes under direct expense. Examples given here. Okay, examples are wages paid to workers. Okay, the transporting of materials and all, it is done by the means wage workers, which works on the daily wages. So the salary paid to those day wage workers, that salary comes under direct expense. Then the factory transport charges, okay, factory transport charges, yes, raw material has to be transferred to the factory godown. Those charges comes under direct expense. Then the factory electricity bill, which is used to produce the final product, the factory bill, electricity bill comes under direct expense. And the next fuel charges also, for transporting the fuel is required for the vehicles, that comes under direct expense. And the second type under expense is indirect expense. Indirect expense means what? Expenses which is related to sale of goods. Sale of goods. It doesn't applies to producing of goods from raw materials. Means what? Indirect expenses means what? After buying the raw materials, then it gets manufactured into a final product, and this final product, from the final product you are transporting it to a retailer person, so that retailer person can sell it to the customer. Yes, so this thing, from final product to the sale of the goods, all these expenses which are there comes under indirect expense. Direct expense from raw material to final product expenses, and indirect expenses means what? From final product to the sale of the goods to the customers. Those expenses comes under indirect expense. Now examples are given. What are the example? Advertisement charges. To sell the goods to the customer, you are doing advertisement through newspapers or through cable TV or through any internet advertisements. All these charges we have to pay to those persons, so that they can advertise our products. So all these charges comes under indirect expense. Then the transport charges. The final product has to be given to the retailer person, so those transport charges, fuel charges comes under indirect expense. Then salary to the employees, the staff members which are working in our office, so those staff members salary, it's an expense to the owner, no? So that expense comes under indirect expense. Then the commission given to the employees, means the sale, no, sale persons, they go door by door or company to company or shops to shop to sell the products, and if they do certain target, then they are getting commission from their boss. Okay, so the commission which is paid to these employees comes under indirect expense. Then the office electricity bill which is paid comes under indirect expense. Earlier it was factory electricity bill. This is office, where the final product is stored for the customer. Yes, that office electricity bill comes under indirect expense. Then the discount paid to the discount which is paid to the customer. Discount means what? When buy one get one free, this is called as a discount. Yes, or any free product which are giving to your customers, or there is 10% discount, 20% discount which you get when you go to any shops to buy something. So the discount paid comes under indirect expense. Then the interest paid, depreciation means what? You are getting you are decreasing the product of some final product, okay, that is called as depreciation. Then the interest paid, you are paying the interest on the loan. If you are taking any loan and you have to pay the interest to the banks or any friend, okay, that all comes under indirect expense. Next, which you have to know is okay, this was for this clip. I'll continue with the other terms used in accounting in the next clip.